Alrighty, we all made it in here safe and sound.
Yeah, Ryan sabotaged me.
Ryan
sabotaged
sabotaged you.
Sophie, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
The intro. I had to play the episode 2 intro, and the third one was played for some reason.
Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Like midway through, I was like, I could hear you snickering through like the start of the intro, and like it's scuffed, it's scuffed. Meanwhile, I'm like dragging mine so it actually fills the screen. Anyway, we'll fix it after. But this this is officially episode 3, which is we're getting there. And when you look at it, there's gonna be an episode on the 6th which should be a day before. Some pretty major stuff because the most recent patch, it's light. It's pretty light. Basically rewards and questing. And we'll kind of get into that first. I want to hear you guys' initial thoughts. Like what did you think when you first saw the rewards? Like initial take.
Ryan, do you want to kick it off? Like, you feel like you're gonna grind for those, or?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, the character skins, so the racial skins, big fan. I like it. I think those are solid rewards. The campfire and torch. Oops, 1 sec. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. The campfire and torch. I don't know. They seem mostly like a near copy and paste. Like it's just like another blue torch, blue campfire. So I'm like, I'd rate that at maybe like a 6 or 5 or 6 out of 10. They could go hard like the sound effects and maybe some ground effects when you set it up. But the potion. So this one is like the most controversial because some people really love them, some people don't really like them. I like them. And I like the fact that you could bring them into normals and kind of like flex the skin there, unlike the demigod reward last season, which was the cape.
Okay, I never thought about that.
You can always use them. Yeah, Squire kits, everything.
But I don't think it's like cool enough to be like the demigod reward for this season.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts exactly. Like, I think the demigod reward for the frozen bottles is like perfect for like exemplar. Like, I almost wish if there just like wasn't the campfire, you know, because it's just so similar to the moonlight one. So it would have been cool if like the bottles was for exemplar and then there was something more substantial for demigod. Only because like the grind for demigod is actually substantial for this wipe. Like it was a bit of a grind, you know. Dying once in exemplar like brings you back like, you know, like 2 good games or something, you know, exemplar 1. So I mean, we might as well wait for Goblin Caves at this point.
Yeah, we could do Frost Mountain with all the questing there. It
if you guys want to queue, we can. Yeah.
Everyone needs toes. It might be busy. We can check.
Oh wait,
that's true.
Yeah, let me hop on my fighter for that.
Yeah, I need lanterns. Wait, what a helmet!
You got the lizard helmet bug.
Oh, I got the abyss.
Yeah,
you got it. You had it. You don't got it.
I had it.
Less than a minute. You gotta hurry. Now, as someone who's like not at all like gonna probably try for demigod, I think we have like what 8 days or 7 days.
8 days.
I'm like, I don't feel so bad about missing out on them. So it does make me feel like better because they're not just incredible crazy. I gotta have that. So for all those people that aren't getting demigod, they're probably feeling like, you know what, maybe it's not so bad. Like this isn't such a bad thing. I only have 8 days. I'm not gonna put myself through that stress and that hell. But the people that already did it, like yourself, I can see why that'd be a little a little sad. That really, in my opinion, like the other update, they released like these new quests. In my opinion, the biggest like ticket, like the nicest thing that come out of this stuff for content is the freaking +1 weapon damage, -3 movement speed skeleton archer skin. Like,
Oh yeah.
holy
yeah.
shit! Like,
Yeah, that looks good. Yep.
and it's behind like the Wendigo claws. They buffed the drop rates on those things. You need moldy
Yeah,
bread.
it's
You need
pretty
lanterns.
easy to get claws. It's pretty easy
Yeah,
to get
it
claws
is.
now.
Yeah, when I went in and I saw a Bard with 3 from. He got 1 from 3 different Wendigos. So
Oh,
Oh,
whoa!
shit.
Yep.
3 in 1 round.
3 in
Oh,
1
yeah.
round. Yep.
They said slightly. It's more than slightly.
It's like
I think
50-50, I think.
killed-
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I probably killed like 8 Wendigos, and I probably got 6 to 7 claws. That's probably what
That
I-
is
The-
crazy.
The hurdle that I'm dealing with, Demigod, I think I'm just gonna go for the torch. I think the torch skin looks cool. I'm glad that they're doing a torch skin. It's purple. Most people should be able to get there in like the Voyager rewards. But the struggle for me right now is lanterns. Like, I mean, finding lanterns that drop consistently, I think you need to go with skull bats. And even still, like, I found 2 in like 3 or 4 hours of crypts. So if people want to do that to get the skin, it might be a little frustrating. But I think we have until the 6th. Not like that season end is different than the leaderboard end. Because the leaderboard ends 31st, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then the 6th or whatever will be like when the questing and stuff, you have your final opportunity. So other than that, I don't know. Did you guys pick anything out of the patch that like caught your eye, or was like
Not really, yeah, because they said like there's big like inventory changes that are on the way, and like they added like the system that's currently in place to make it a reality. But the only thing
Mhm.
it's did is kind of just add like a little bit of latency when interacting with your stash and inventory. So, or more so your
Yeah.
inventory, not necessarily your stash. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't know. There's nothing that like really jumps out to me, but it makes me wonder like what was the thing that delayed this patch? It had to be the rewards, right? Well, but then does that make
Mm.
sense though? I don't know. I don't know what
Either
it would have
that
been that delayed it.
or the loot recovery. Maybe there's like some
Oh,
big
yes.
abuse,
Yes.
some
Oh,
like duping
yeah.
bug with it.
Yeah. Yeah, but then people
Hmm.
even said though that the loot recovery didn't like it's not even working correctly or something. I'm not
Oh,
sure if
no.
that's true or not, but, yeah.
Oh, I
That's what-
believe it.
that's- Yeah.
I haven't
So
even
we'll-
tried
we'll
it
see.
out.
But at least they didn't roll back. You know what I mean?
That
At least we didn't
yeah.
roll back.
A rollback would not have been good. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was. Did you guys see the invincible demon form warlocks for a while?
No. Wait. What?
Oh yeah, so warlocks, you just couldn't hit them when they were demon form. They had no hitbox. So yeah.
Always the favorite.
Mhm.
Oh, dude.
Always
Yeah.
the favorite.
There was a couple people that tested it out, and it was pretty bad.
Jesus.
So that's what the major issue was they had to fix, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
But overall, I
What-
think
What is Oh
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
overall thoughts. I mean,
Nope.
I was just gonna move it on to whatever.
yeah, that's a great idea.
First thing was.
It's a great idea.
Go
I'll
for
just-
it, Ryan. What's your thingy?
All right, so my topic for the week is what is your vision of the arena? Now, there were 2 map tiles, or sorry, not map tiles, but maps actually data mined and leaked. And one, of course, is Coliseum, which I think
Mhm.
everyone knows it as like the real like PvP area, at least for that map set. And
Yeah.
another one was an Ice Caverns map, and it had Pyramid and I think 3 other of the more commonly visited modules. But
Just
what do you
poop
guys
you off.
think?
Okay. Then.
Oh no, you good? You good?
Okay. So, for the arena maps, the first thing that kind of like comes to mind is like, what is going to be the incentive for players to run around the map? Like, are we gonna have like a fucking Quake like rocket launcher in the center? Like, what
Oh,
is
Halo 3, yeah.
yeah, like power weapons, Like, what is going to make players run around? So I can't help but think that there's still going to be loot that exists on the map, and maybe you just start in like a base Squire kit. Like you
Ooh,
just start in like a
that'd be
Squire
spicy.
kit, and there's just like a little bit of loot that's in those modules that you have to get an advantage. Like maybe if it's even like boosted loot or something. You know what I mean? So it forces you to run around the map and stuff. Because again, that was my biggest thing from like the time that I worked in dev is when we were looking at maps and how to like make your map better. It's like, okay, what's the flow? What is making players go to the points of contention and stuff like that.
True.
So that's the first thing that jumped out to me. You know what I mean?
My first question was, did Ryan data mine those? Was it Ryan that
was
got?
Not me, I swear. That was not me. I don't know who it was. They appeared in my Discord.
Okay.
But
okay.
I think a couple people got those out.
I looked at them. I did look at them. I was like, damn. I seen people talking about it in Jay's chat and stuff, and I was like, I have to look because I think Arena's gonna be so interesting. They keep like throwing these little hints out there, like it's not what you expect, and then you look at the image and it's like that looks like a it looks like a PvP arena. Like it looks like we're gonna be in there fighting some people. So I remember way back, like I can't remember exactly what they said, but didn't they mention that there'd be some sort of way to like pick or ban? Like you have some sort of like choice over what map you're going into in a way, but I don't know what they meant by that because maybe there's like, I don't know. I'm still not clear what that meant because if we have multiple options, maybe you can like, if you have a team that's like a ranger comp, you want to have like a better chance on a different map, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it being like very class dependent on like what map you play and like picks and pans having like some sort of like, you know, relevancy, but I don't know. I don't know what like looking at the maps that they had, it's interesting because like Colosseum's a weird one, right? Like I think like
the big tower.
Yeah,
kind of scares the crap out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that map is like not super liked, like especially in terms of like a 1v1, like one team versus one team. But maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not personally huge on Colosseum. Like I think it's probably the weakest like variant of Crypt. Obviously that's just two tile sets. Like we don't actually know how many, you know, more there could possibly be. But
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm still super excited to see like what it actually is. Cause apparently we don't know. But after looking at that, it seems like we know. But you know, hard to
yeah. I don't know. I think it's interesting because I remember Dungeonborn had an arena, right? Back to Dungeonborn. I remember a lot of people saying that was the best part of that game.
Yeah, people really like the arena.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, mostly basic. It was, I think it was a no gear, or what's it called, like a gear lossless system. Like you wouldn't actually lose anything. Which
Can you bring in anything?
I can't actually remember.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think so, but I could be
You
wrong.
have to, right? Because like if you don't lose anything, well, you're going in with nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
I just remember people thinking it was actually pretty It was like enjoyable because you could just send it at another team and learn stuff.
Yeah.
But
like
I don't know.
Like even Blood in chat saying like pushing the tower feels like really bad, you know?
Yeah.
On Colosseum, it's like, dude, but I mean, I guess you could say though that that's like a strat, that players could force if they played on that tile set. Like it's like, okay, guys, like we know we're playing on Colosseum tile, like we gotta secure top.
Yeah,
you know
true.
I mean? So now I will say there's other games that have things to that extent. I just don't know, or sorry, not even to that extent. Like they just have other things that are like that, just not to that extent. Like tower is like that's crazy. Being able to get like that much power from map control is crazy. But
yeah.
Because
there's only one way up, which I imagine there's like a lot of modules that are kind of like that. Like as soon as you enter the space, depending on where you spawn, you just have such a huge advantage. But yeah, I'm hoping they address that somehow with the module design instead of making it just like a copy paste from the actual game.
Yeah. Wilson, you have anything else you want to add to that one?
No. I'm still surprised. Like, I feel like it's higher on their list than everyone originally thought. Because they keep bringing up Arena, they keep adding stuff about Arena, we keep seeing more of it. And it's like, I feel like the player base is just like shouting no. Like, stop telling us about arena. We don't want it. You know, like, get it out of here. We have other things to do. But I'm just a little bit more positive about it. I think it could be a really cool part. Obviously, somewhere along the line, SDF and like the team has been like, no, this is a part of the game we want to create, and now is the best time to test it. So
yeah, like
it could go wrong. I don't know. I just, if they're gonna try it, it has to be soon. Like, very soon. Like, we need to figure that shit out.
That balance that we need to, like, you know, separate the like super, you know, sweaty people from like the kind of casual people too. You know what I mean? Because like that distinction has been kind of hard for some of those player bases. Like the super sweaty guys, like sometimes don't like playing with the casual guys, and the casual guys don't like playing with the super sweaty guys. So it's like almost like some people are playing arena and other people are just playing the normal base game. You know,
well,
in the way
like
that they just play. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Grayson, I think, was it Grayson? I think Grayson was answering some messages, or at least one from someone, Phantom, in my community. He said, there's a lot of things we see with the game that, yes, we agree they're problems, but we think a higher player base will solve them, basically. So it's like, they're just waiting for a larger player base to solve some of these issues that people are discussing.
Yeah, sorry, this guy's
What do we do with him?
He needs my dingoes or something.
Wait, should we give him a spot on? What did he say?
What? Ask him. What?
What do we ask him about arena?
Wait, Mr. Barbarian. Mr. Barbarian. Hello. Oh, can I speak to you for a moment? Okay, can I speak to you for a moment?
Oh, skull bats. I need that fast.
Okay. Well, now's kind of a crazy time, I suppose. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. When dingoes come in. What?
Oh no. It's on me. I'm coming back. I was trying to get skull bats. There could be lanterns in there. Run!
That's good. That's good.
Oh,
Wait.
But I forgot my push to talk. Wait, can you guys hear me right now?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Holy shit.
It's chasing me. God damn it. I might have to mute this guy.
Okay, there we go.
This guy's name is 40 ounces sig.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna kill these skull bats.
Because my push to talk is bound to be, which is my in-game push to talk as well. So it's like a double bind on Steam.
I don't trust him.
Oh, shit. I
think you should
just kill him if you want.
If this has a Wendigo claw, I'm sorry, I gotta do something dirty to this guy. Oh, no, the Wendigo would do it for us. The Wendigo would do it for us.
Just gonna loot these skull bats looking for my lanterns. Are you guys gonna ask him about arena?
I was going to, but my push to talk's all fucked
Oh
up,
god. Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking ass. It's gonna give chances for people to get experience without going 20 minutes in the dungeon. It's stupid.
Wait, let's all punch him.
You need to sacrifice 20 minutes in order to fight that mob.
Cut us down, cut us down.
No reason for you to go in the arena.
3. Wait, Wilson, punch him though. Punch him.
Alright.
3,
That was a very negative take.
1.
It's very negative. I don't fuck with the arena. Dude, have it, dude. Kill me, dude. I just need to kill skeletons.
Okay. It took too long. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on.
Okay. Alright, anyway, next topic. Topic.
The community has spoken. Community has spoken. Not interested, apparently. Yeah, next topic. This one's kind of a spicy one, and I wasn't really sure what to discuss this week, but the more, like, the whole arena thing had me thinking about this even more, because it's like, okay, people are already really upset with melee, range, the kiting meta, warlocks, ranger, you know, traps, all these problems. As someone who plays like Slayer Fighter for a long time, because I enjoy being able to do a little bit of everything, it's awkward for me, because it's like, I enjoy the range part of this game, and I feel like Soapy's probably gonna enjoy the range part of this game, and we'll hear what Ryan has to say, but it's tough, because I've probably died to barbarians with Savage Roar Achilles Strike like 5 times today on Slayer Fighter, and that's me trying to do everything perfectly with bows, and it's just not working. They're just too fast. Even normals, I mean, yes, it's normals, but they just have so much HP. They have really, really strong abilities.
The boat.
So, is there an imbalance right now? Like, is it that bad? Like, if you're a ranger, you have to kite. Oh, where am I going? No. No.
Hi, Wilson.
No.
We can't leave Wilson. We can't.
Please.
We can't leave Wilson. We
I think. Oh no.
No, like. Yeah.
We gotta kill the other Wendigo now, wherever it is.
Okay.
There's
so
another
yeah,
one.
like it,
So you go first, Sophie. You're a ranger main, but you. What do you think? Is it like super bad right now? Because I constantly hear people saying it's just awful to play, and I can understand why some melee players think that, but how do they make it fun for both?
Fun for both is gonna be really hard because I think like this game has like a very very opinionated kind of like very biased community in the way that like they play the game with since there used to be or and currently is without multi-classing there's so much class identity that it's like if you're kiting a guy like he yells at you over VoIP just fight me bro. But you are fighting him. Like you're in the act of fighting him.
You are engaged, yeah.
Like it's like does he want me to punch him? Like I don't know what he wants. So, but yeah, I will not deny that fighting a kiting ranger that has 3 15 plus move speed is probably not fun, right? It's not fun, right? But if that ranger can't kite and he just insta dies because the guy catches up to him right away, then the ranger dies instantly and it's no fun. I don't know. It's really hard to say. I am not entirely against the idea though of like making ranger like the one who actually has range, right? Like the other classes have more like more ability to range, like fighter has a lot of range options and stuff. I don't mind if they like really limit the range that's available on fighter and bard and other classes, but they dial in the range that ranger has as well. Like maybe ranger doesn't deal as much damage, so you're almost like forced to use a melee backup weapon. You know what I mean? So if they remove the option of like so much range being the thing, and like they remove it like from like like I use double bow, so if they just make it like impossible to like basically use double bow or whatever,
Because
not like they block you, but
I often use like windlass and survival bow on fighter.
Yeah.
Because you can just like blow someone up with windlass and then switch to your survival bow and continue kiting. Yeah. So there's maybe ways for that. I think a lot of it comes down to right now too. There's a fair bit of like this is like maybe off topic a bit, but like true damage and all those things are making it a little hard to know if it's like just the survival bow is really strong or like ranger knockback. I didn't think would ever exist, but it exists right now, and it's pretty good with like true damage, and you're just pushing the guy back and survival bowing the crap out of him with like a machine gun.
Yeah,
it can work.
Yeah. I think one of the big problems. Oh, run! Run! Okay, Jesus. Okay, I think one of the big problems too is like one of the, and again, this is controversial. I'm not saying that I'm right, just in my opinion. One of the big things in this game that is skill expression is range, right? Like range, you're able to, basically deal damage before you engage in the fight. So it's like if you're trying to be smart in these fights, you're always going to do range before you just hop right into melee. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that melee has no skill expression. It's definitely not what I'm trying to say. It's just you have more opportunities to like almost infinitely express your skill at range than you do in melee, right? Like there's just so many more external factors that come into play once you're in melee range. That's most of the time like worse, right? So it's like like if you're better than the player you're fighting, like do you like you're still taking a more of a risk going into melee than keeping him at range, even if you're a better player than him, despite the class you're playing sometimes too. So I don't know. It's really hard to say. I feel like I can't actually give you like a
Honest,
crazy
okay.
honest take. I can't. I'm just so biased towards range. Obviously, like not only am I a ranger, I'm a double bow ranger. I never even use a melee weapon. Now that being said, there's not very many people at all that play the game that way. I think it's like maybe me and like some people in the community who said that they've started doing it because whatever, right? So it's
Mhm.
a pretty small player base that actually does use double range. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact that it is really good. Ranged is really, really good, and probably needs to be done in a way that is less annoying to fight against than it currently. I never get to experience that, so I'm kind of like echoing like other people's opinions and stuff,
Mhm.
from, like what I hear. But it's pretty rare after someone's been fighting in range for X amount of time. They're like, "Wow, that was a great fight." People usually say, "Wow, that was a great fight," after like a crazy melee fight. People don't really say that after like a ranged fight too often.
Yeah, I got cornered by a ranger. He was trying to play friendly, like pointing at me in Ice Cap or Frost Mountain, whatever it's called. And I ended up just standing by a door, and someone in my chat counted that I closed and opened the door. Like the door opened 47 times.
Wait, like actually?
Actually, 47 times because I would sprint, he'd have bow away, he'd run. Okay, he would do his quick shot, I would close the door. He couldn't, I could never get to him, he could never get to me. We just had a standoff at this door for like 5 minutes, like 6 minutes, maybe even longer. Yeah.
Imagine how much longer that fight would have been if you both had 100 more HP. Like, just imagine.
Yeah, so like we both knew we had cooldowns that like canceled each other's stuff out. So it just never got anywhere. Like he would wait for my sprint, I'd wait for his quick shot. I just played on the door until extract open. So it's like it's a little frustrating, but I don't see how they like. There's so many people like yourself that love Ranger, and like I love having a bow. I love the satisfaction of hitting a headshot or like landing a hit, and you see like when you hit the guy, you can see his movement speed is like he's slowed down, like he's feeling it. There's blood splatter. It's exciting. So it's like that part's exciting. So
Wait,
it's like they can't.
Oh wait,
yeah, I'm here.
What the?
Are you? Wait,
we're on our team.
Wait, not
oh,
this.
It says I'm ready, but you guys are both in the dungeon. Left me behind.
I'll put you in a little bit.
Okay, matchmaking?
This happened to us before. I think.
All right, I trust you.
I feel like I remember this happened.
We'll see.
So what do you think, Ryan? Do you think like even like magic missiles and stuff I know they talked about is like a little strong, so that upsets a lot of melee players. But do you think like melee's in a bad spot? Like do you think it's not fun?
Yeah, well, it just like lacks the complexity to make it like really competitive, and that's why I like, and almost all the best players are gonna have some sort of ranged, because it is like the highest. Well, this is gonna piss a lot of people off, but aiming is probably the highest form of skill expression this game currently has. Because if you think about melee, of course you could like duck and you could like space and try to like hit your weapon's sweet spot, force him into a sour spot. But for the most part, it's just a gear check, and that's like 99% of melee combat is going to be just a gear check. The only way you could push something in your favor for melee is just like, if you do some sort of chip damage before entering that melee range. Even with blocking, like you basically full committed to a melee fight. There's a lot of hit slow in this game, so it's just like as soon as you're hit, as soon as they're hit, it's almost a complete trade.
No Wilson.
Right, yeah, no, it said reconnect, and then it kicked me back to the lobby. So longsword, longsword is its own menace. It's its own worst enemy, longsword. Like crazy high riposte damage, which one taps everyone, makes no one want to go near you. A little bit of desync involved, so you don't really know if you're going to hit someone or not, or if you're going to hit the sword, if they're going to riposte parry it. Even they're guessing sometimes, and then you just die. And then everyone wants you to fight them so that they can do the 187% bonus damage. And it's like, excuse me, I don't want to just die immediately. And even, I mean, longswords get some serious buffs. Like minus 30 movement speed penalty is pretty light for that weapon. Considering spear is like minus 40, has way slower swing patterns, and like doesn't have 187% damage parry. And you also sword mastery is like the only benefit you get from sword mastery is like third thing is the movement speed while blocking when using a parry, I think, right? It used to be impact power, so impact resistance, which was great for shields users, but then they changed it so it's only good for longsword users, which is frustrating for anyone using a shield. But yeah, it's I don't think longsword's a bad weapon at all. I think it's a very good weapon and a very dangerous weapon, which is why no one wants to melee you. Or they just vacate. There's no other option, so I don't think it needs a nerf. I just think longsword isn't in a terrible spot. I don't think it really needs much. I just think there's other things happening that make longsword frustrating for people. You can clear an entire dungeon without taking like any damage if you practice on that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the best PVE weapon, like the highest
Oh, for
damage.
sure.
DPS.
Yeah, it's
For
crazy.
sure, it's insane PV. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's covers most of it. I probably pissed off all the longsword people, but that's
they're always
that's typical. I'm wielding a bow. It's pretty much guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always mad.
Is it gonna let me ready up? Squire keeps telling me. Pardon.
Might need to restart.
Did you check your loadout? Once you're into the waiting room, you can't leave without losing your items, and then it won't let me ready up.
Yeah, we'll back out.
Oh my. Okay.
Restart the lobby.
Iron Hammer. All right. What's our next one? Oh.
Yeah. So the
this
next
is
one
Sophie's.
is. I wonder what you guys think about what an official Iron Mace tournament would be. You know, we have the ones that I host, a couple other ones too, that always do really well. Like have really good viewership. People love watching them. Like, dude, again, raise $3,000 for the tournament that's this Saturday. You know what I mean? Oh, I think Wilson, I think your game's cooked.
I'm never gonna find these lanterns, man. I'll restart.
Yeah, because I even invited you, and
oh
I
god,
don't think you got it or anything. Okay, but yeah, so like the community clearly wants like tournament, like people want to play in tournaments, people want to watch tournaments, people have a ton of fun with that type of stuff, right? Even though that like not necessarily, I think people want the game to be super sweaty. It's just like cool for like these events to come around. However, if there was to be an Iron Mace tournament, it could be with arena or without. It's however your brain like pictures it. Like, what type of like official Iron Mace tournament would you like to see? Because SDF confirmed, or sorry, well, he said he wanted to. I'm pretty sure when he did that Q&A yesterday, he somebody asked, and he said something on the sorts of, he wants to host their own as well. Something
official tournament. So like,
yeah,
not a troubadour tournament. Because that was like an official.
Anything.
That was an official tournament, right?
Yes, I think that one was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You go first, Ryan. I believe in you.
I was gonna say, if you have enough people like participating in the tournament, it probably had to be a private server, right?
Private server.
I guess it depends on the scoring system. Because once tournaments are large enough, like I'm not gonna lie, like there's a bit of chance involved. Like, do you queue into a lobby where it's just full on Timmies and you get 14 free points? Or do you queue into a lobby with like 3 people, but they also happen to be like the 3 best gamers? So if it was just like privatized and it was just like, if you got enough people to make it consistent action, I'd like to see that. It was just like, experienced gamers fighting in those dungeons. Then I think that'd be a good setup to start. Of course, scoring would have to be looked at because it can be optimized. But also, I think the biggest advantage to a private server is also a free cam, which would give users a really good perspective on fights.
Give me free cam!
Free cam, dude.
That'd be awesome.
Insane.
Dude.
Yeah.
God.
Other than that, like, I really like your format, Soapy, with like having both kill-based objectives as well as like an alternative objective. Because I know like the other solo self-founds, there's like you had to reach this certain rank in this amount of games, and also the highest kills mattered. If it was just like one of those, I guess, ratings, one of those like score goals, then it wouldn't be as exciting.
Yeah. I like making mine inconvenient to play a little bit. I love solo self-found and making it hardcore. Also, Wilson, are you online?
I think I got to try out the new whisper feature, but I don't know how it works.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
I can now whisper people in the dungeon. Yeah, try to make me reconnect to that old game still. So.
Okay. Yeah, Wilson, is there anything that
I agree with a lot of Ryan's points are like super valid. That gets me excited hearing that stuff. So the one complaint I remember seeing a lot of during the last one was that it's troubadour only, like I can't participate. But also the fact that it was basically a Timmy stomping tournament. Like we're going into normals and we're just killing everybody. So there's a lot of people that were just like, okay, why are some of the best players in the game just going and killing people that literally the first time picking up an arming sword? So And like Ryan said, they could eliminate a lot of that with private servers, but that apparently that used to happen. I wasn't around for those tournaments, but they used to do that, I think, like playtest 3 and earlier. So it is definitely an option. And with Arena coming out, I think that could be a nice little playhouse for some of that stuff. So maybe an Arena tournament where like I would like to see the prize not always just being like monetary either, like you just like $800 or whatever. Why not? Can't it be like cool in-game items or artifacts or something? You know, kind of interesting. But like if they did a fighter tournament, maybe it's like everyone on the team gets insane fighter gear, but doesn't like obviously the official tournaments with the best players are gonna want more than that. But for like just your average casual player, like they just want to have a chance at anything really. So they don't even need to make it about money. If Arena is that good and they just want to do like tournaments like, what's that game? Bannerlord 2 style tournaments with like spectating and that kind of stuff, and the prize is like an artifact or a named item, why not?
Oh yeah.
You know, why not? I always thought that'd be cool, and it was. I've always repeated this a million times, but before solo mode came out, everyone was harping on the fact this game needs more game modes, and everyone wanted the solo experience. And I think it was Terrence said they were thinking about a tournament-style PvP mode. And that was like playtest 3, before we had solo Goblin games. So, I have been dreaming of like that opportunity for a while, but it may never happen. I mean, Expedition Agartha, whatever it's called, had it, and it was terrible. So, it doesn't have to happen. Like, I'm not saying tournaments need to happen that way, but Soapy's tournaments are good.
Oh, wait,
oh no.
I'll body block, Holy shit.
Wait, crouch,
they're
crouch,
sanctuary.
crouch, crouch, crouch. Oh my god, Ryan, you are getting hit.
Oh no, Ryan. He did sacrifice himself, he did say. That guy's second-winded.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Hey, keep moving back, keep moving back.
This is exactly what all the longsword players hate.
Yep.
Just keep backing up with their survival bows.
Dude, I swear, whenever we play this in trios, I have under like 50 FPS. It is under 50.
This map is awesome for that.
I cannot aim.
There's a fighter behind
you. I have a
run.
Smoke. Come through, come through. Oh god! Oh my god! There!
He's in. He's full HP, by the way. I'm gonna have to go down.
We're going down. We're going down.
Oh no!
Wait, run through. Holy Ryan, keep the conversation flowing. Keep the conversation.
Please, I like the old tournament too, though. I will say that the old tournament it had its moments that were really exciting, and there's different strats.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think of like? I know Wilson, you mentioned non-monetary rewards in the form of in-game items. What about in-game skins? Even if it was like a temporary skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One
like
you get like.
Yeah, like tournament winner, you get like a shield skin or something or whatever. Maybe a cape. Because RuneScape has like all the team capes and stuff, right? And guilds, and that's maybe something you could win for your guild. You know, there's so many cool options. Yeah.
There's a lot they could do with the guild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something they could take actually a little bit from, and I know people are gonna roll their eyes whenever this game's mentioned, but Valorant. So Valorant has their premium teams, or premier, that's what it's called. It's called premier teams. And like whenever you play, you like play in your skill bracket. So it's not like you're fighting teams of like people in these like premier leagues, which like it's all built into the game. You know, you're not going anywhere external to sign up for these tournaments or anything. It's all done within the game, and then it'll put you in like, okay, you're in the gold premier team, you're in the diamond premier team, and if you win that, you get cosmetics based off like winning and stuff. So you could become like the best gold team, the best, you know, silver team, and if you win that, you get cosmetics tied to it.
Yeah, it's like
we could do something like that.
What's that race game called where like puts you in a bracket? You do like a pre-tournament almost, and like puts you in a bracket. Kind of interesting, but people would obviously tank and then be like,
oh yeah.
You know, all right, I give up on Dark Community. I can't trust them, so forget that idea. Yeah, I don't know. Tournaments are great, so let's have more of them. I think it's exciting. They want to actually officially do their own. You know, why not?
This guy has to die. One dead. Well done.
Good.
Come back there.
I want him.
Oh, you're staying out. You're staying out. I respect it.
Wait, did I just see a rogue go invis here?
Probably.
It is Goblin Caves. Oh, we got this melee class right where we want him. Oh, it feels good. Oh, God. This poor man, he's underneath. Oh.
Wait, Ryan, your next one's community, right?
Oh yeah. All right.
We gotta res Ryan here. We can get his soul. We can get him back up.
Yeah, move on to the next topic. This one comes from Mr. Dimes and sprint and stamina. Should that be should they add some sort of stamina function to the game, and then should they have a movement ability for all classes like sprint?
I already know. Okay, stamina, absolutely not. Like, without a doubt, absolutely not. However, I think like having a unique movement thing would be really cool. Like a third ability, third skill, completely unique to the class. Like, you know, if the fighters was to be just like sprint or whatever, for an example, and like rangers was backstep, but it's like a third unique ability, obviously not backstep. So like if it was, you know, just uniquely bound to like each, you know, +1 skill, doesn't take any of your 2 existing skills. And then yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I feel like stamina though, like things like stamina and fall damage, I personally don't think I have a place in this game. Maybe that's some sort of bias or something, because I jump off and 360 things, or, you know, run as a ranger all the time. I don't know. So maybe that'd be bad. I could see like if they made like sprint universal, for example, like I could see that being stamina based. Like I could see that. You know, certain classes have higher stamina or something.
It's like maybe the sprint is like based off certain stats on your class, like how long the duration is and stuff. So if you're like a low resourcefulness class or low agility, maybe, but it'd be hard to balance it. I wouldn't like when I first played this game. I thought every class could sprint. I remember watching and like, oh, fighter has sprint. He probably just holds shift and runs around, you know. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to me that fighter's the only one that has the sprint. I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. But if it was like 30 movement speed, like if they made sprint like 25 or 30 movement speed and everyone had it, and then we talk about like maybe move speed caps and stuff, they could probably make it work. And then not everyone feels bad when they get sprinted on because they also have that option.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like giving everyone the same movement abilities to play. You know, everybody has like a slide, a dash, or a sprint, or if it should be based upon the character's identity.
Like Barbarian has like a shoulder charge, like through the door.
Yeah, or a leap, dude. Like, you know, Diablo 2, Barbarian leap. You know, Sprinter has sprint. Fighter has sprint. You know, Rogue has tumble. Obviously, buff tumble. Ranger has backstep.
Wizard can fly. Yep.
Yeah, Wizard can fly. Wizard can levitate.
Warlocks just get phantomized by like a reduced form. That's like 2 seconds.
I honestly think if Warlocks,
it's just like a quick little phantomize, they pop back out of it.
Their character should be deleted if they phantomize. Honestly.
Interesting. But stamina, I don't want to go there. No thanks. No thanks.
Okay.
I think we've got it. I think we covered it. I guess we maybe almost touched on it a little bit earlier, but like blocking and melee classes and like longsword and stuff. The main question was, can you make pavise viable, and like how do you do it? And then when the community asked that question, I was like, well, maybe we should just talk about blocking in general, because I see a lot of people that tell me I just shouldn't be using shield all the time. And very rarely do I see a team with a shield. Like there's no buff ball fighter teams anymore. It's just barbarians meleeing with the crazy impact powers, so you're staggered the whole time, and it's a bit rough. But you guys want to talk about pavise first? Good luck trying to find. You figured it out. Okay.
We figured out pavise today. Yep. The solution is simple. Dwarf.
Dwarf.
What do you do against a dwarf with a pavise? It's uncounterable. So
Mhm.
now what we're gonna have dwarves running around the pavises. You know, if they look a little up, look a little down, they cannot be hit. It'll be
There's a
meta
team here.
as hell.
God, the dwarves, they solve everything.
The brawl happening. Dwarf would be cool. I mean, yeah, like a. What do you think, Ryan? Can they make it? Can they change it to what it is, like the placeable? Like maybe make it so it doesn't break as often.
There's a
Like,
lot of people over here.
Oh man, that one's a hard conversation because right now the biggest issue with Shield, and my chat's bringing this up too, is like there's so much like desync.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
It
a
makes it,
longsword
like,
problem as well. Yeah.
unreliable. Yeah, it's like very unreliable to use a shield. You're almost like making yourself more vulnerable too, even if you get a block most of the times, because a lot of weapons, their recovery is faster than your actual like shield exit.
Oh god, I'm coming back.
I'm getting pelted. Oh, beat him up, Wilson.
Oh, he's so close. Dwarf hitbox. Yeah, that dwarf hitbox could be.
Oh,
This one might be on you, Ryan. Come back, come back.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
once they solve that,
Oh, he has to be weak. I cracked him twice.
I don't have my crossbow.
You push him, I believe. You push him and you kill him. I
Yeah,
believe.
lizard in his face.
In storm, I hit him twice. He has to be weak.
I remember before, like, pavise was like a thing you could use to, like, cheese spots, right? Like, you could use it to jump on top
yeah.
of.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we res the boys.
Good luck. I wish you the best of luck.
I think you just leave, bro.
And
Yeah.
we res the boys to celebrate.
Damn it.
Look at the
I
bodies,
don't
man.
know, but blocking's weird too, because like even when like a fighter's chasing me and he's blocking like every one of my arrows, right, or you know like most of them, even like let's say he's doing a really good job, right? He's blocking like most of my arrows. He's still not getting any closer to me.
No.
So like he's, God, yeah, or you just start shooting their legs and slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's like, and that's the problem. Like, warlocks can just curse a pain in your toe, and like your pinky toe still takes all the curse damage. So,
Oh God.
you know, so there's no real, like, there's so many perks that are built into fighter that want you to block and want you to use shield, and it's like it feels like it's a whole design for that class. Like barricade, you have to have your shield up for it to work. Shield mastery, well, you have to actually block an attack for it to work. Counterattack, you have to block something for it to work. So it's like there's 3, maybe even another one I'm forgetting. Shield slam, the skill. Yeah, there's so many things that involve shield on fighter class, but it just feels so frustrating to play. And after about a month of like experimenting with bucklers and heater shields and round shields, I even tried like perfect block to see if, you know, maybe I could win a longsword fight with like a heater shield or a round shield. You just have to be so good and so perfect. It doesn't matter. Like, you make one slight error and you're getting Achilles striked and you're dead. So, it's tough. I don't know what they do about it, because it's not just pavise that's struggling right now. I think it's like all the shields in general. And it's like a whole style of play on the fighter class that I don't see a lot of people really engaging with at all. It's like, damn. It used to be very popular. Now shield's basically just a stat stick. You probably shouldn't be using it. So, it's kind of a shame. I don't know if it's... I don't know what they do. Because if it's like a desyncy thing, like, is that easily fixed? Or it just doesn't feel rewarding. You know, like, even when you block something, you're still in a shit situation. Like, you still have a guy swinging a weapon in your face, usually a barbarian. If you have the impact power to not get, like, medium or full staggered, it's a damn struggle, because he's just swinging again. Like, he's got crush on, his impact power is pretty high, so he just swings again. And again, and then you can block. Like, that time after the podcast, we took all our best gear in. I blocked a War Maul Barbarian 5 times, and it didn't even make a difference. 2 of them were just like, 2 of them were just like full heater shield into War Maul, so it full staggered me. And then 3 of them were like on the hilt of his weapon, and it didn't matter. Like, I couldn't respond. Like, it just didn't matter. So it's like, why am I even using a shield?
To make counterattack native to the shields itself for any class.
And it's a
Would that
good
be too
point.
wild?
because I think there's been other conversations like Odin and some other people have mentioned just having shield slam available if you're using a shield no matter what class you are. So like cleric can shield slam, barbarian can shield slam, everyone can shield slam if you have a shield. Because at least then like you have the blocking frames, you're knocking them back, they're slowed a bit, and you can still do your other stuff with your perks and skills.
Okay.
So maybe like something like that, like counterattack, yeah, a kind of some sort of benefit to it.
I can see that being interesting. Like, what about like a perfect block mechanic, like one that like you block like right at the right time, so it's like a mini parry type thing. Like like more, I'm saying
Like
more
it's a
in, like,
free,
regards
like it's
of,
free.
like a Dark Souls, yeah, like a Dark Souls
Mm-hmm.
parry. Like if you shield up at like the right time, like you get like less, time where you're debuffed from blocking the swing or whatever.
Yeah, so perfect. The way perfect block works is I think that's a lot of people when they first read that perk or skill, they're like, oh, it just automatically blocks the next hit for me. But basically just increase your impact resistance by 5, so you don't get any stagger from any weapon in the game. So it's actually pretty amazing. Like if you have counterattack on and all the shield stuff and you land a block with that perfect block, you have the half-second stagger, which means you can almost instantaneously reply into someone's like swing, which is like that's how blocking should feel, I think, all the time. Like not all the time, but like it should feel a little bit more rewarding than how it feels now, I think. But perfect block is good. It's 5 seconds, and if they don't swing at you, it's useless. So it's like, I'm pressing it. Oh, please swing. I need to hit your block, and you're like trying to make something from nothing, and it's tough. So it's better in most situations to just deal damage yourself, like return fire. Don't try to soak it up.
It's almost just like the shield becomes like a thing that just gives you stats. Like as
yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
frustrating part. And like pavise is even weirder because like the hitbox on it, they can get inside it sometimes like really easily, and it happens to me all the time with other shields, like felling axes and stuff get inside your hitbox, and they're like swinging, and so like daggers can actually hit you. I've been hit by many daggers while holding a pavise, so it's a little weird. They might just touch it up later. So I guess that's my rant on the lack of enjoyment I had playing with Shield Fighter the past like few weeks. It's just in a rough spot.
Yeah.
We can move on. This next one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for.
Okay,
I'm really excited,
so my next one here is I kind of want to see like, okay, so I actually forgot about this because you see the ore that's like just around in this room, the mine, right? You can mine in this game. So SDF says that he wants to add fishing to the game. Not only do he say he wants to add it, he's like passionate about it. I don't know if you guys saw his response, but like,
yeah,
dude, he was like, oh wow, we need this type of shit. You know what I mean? He's like crazy about it. So what type of like non-traditional, like killing mobs, killing players type of mechanics do you want to see in the game that are similar to the way that like fishing works and mining works?
Oh, something outside of it, eh? Interesting. I just bought a month of old school RuneScape membership just so I can fish sharks. So I'm pretty into the whole fishing thing. I don't know if Ryan, is there fishing in New World? Like, was that something you do in like an MMO like that?
There was fishing in New Worlds, but whenever I was fishing, I'd just leave my PvP mode on, and it was more like a brawl.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't too interactive. You kind of just stand there and you like, I don't know, you click. Well, I guess that's kind of like RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape is literally just clicking and watching numbers go up. So,
I can direct it a little bit. Do you guys want it to be like in the dungeon itself, or is that something that should exist more in like community areas? Like, are you wanting to like do your fishing mid-raid?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I want to go down with my treant and set up a fishing rod, put my campfire. Don't look, but there's a guy sitting on one of these elevator shafts up very high.
Okay.
Oh, which one? We can shoot him at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. I'm gonna act like I'm opening a door.
He's on the one west.
To our. Yeah. Oh, there's one to our north too. You see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh god.
Gort stab Galort.
Oh no.
Man.
No
My man.
way.
Dude, Gort always stabs. Well, he said Galort. He didn't even do Glorp. He did Galort. Wait, what's a Galort?
Galore.
It's a new one. Yeah, I think stuff like that in the dungeon would be cool, but like, I can see a lot of people getting annoyed if it's like everyone in the lobby is just fishing. You know what I mean? Like going down to the fishing spot, but it's pretty good. He's gotta die.
Oh,
Kill him.
shit, this guy popped.
Oh, weekend. Hope you're ready.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, he's the menace.
I'm weaving.
Careful.
Oh, I missed him. He's so
They're
hurt.
all on Wilson right now.
Alright. He's hooked on you, man. He wants you dead.
Holy shit! This guy just ducked the old windlass.
Hey, I'm a
Fighting
big fan
fighting
of
in this
those.
room is crazy. He got like 2 FPS.
Oh.
Holy shit!
But I'm a big fan of like those random dungeon activities.
Oh no, it's a long sword.
I kind of wish they went harder with the alchemy when it came out. No one really does like the whole like herb picking stuff.
That's one they could expand on.
Still scared of melee, but shit, triple bows? That's kind
Triple bows. That's right.
sad.
Okay, so
I'm
the
so
guy's
dead.
Running
I think I'm
cleric,
dead.
Healing and normals. God, no.
I'm so dead.
Oh, they're getting third party, Wilson. There's
Yes.
a chance. There's a
There's
chance.
so
a
many
chance.
people in this room.
Holy shit. Oh, no, I'm getting stabbed. I'm silenced. No.
Oh, he's in.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Christ.
thief.
Oh, shit.
This wizard's after me.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, this shrine though.
Please. I don't have time.
Oh, you might have had it. You might have had it.
Oh, I hit the wall. No. No.
Dude, they're yapping it. They're getting healed.
I know.
To
I
100
know.
Cleric, that was crazy, bro.
Bunch of melee yappers. God damn.
Oh my god, I need to mute the audio.
Um,
So I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of
Fishing?
thinking that it's so like, cause like, you know, there's mining that exists in the game, but like realistically, like there's not like the mining doesn't even feel that weird, you know. So if we just added
Yeah.
a couple little like fishing holes or whatever, to the
I would
map,
be there.
sure.
I'd be there so much. If there was like a rare trout, like a golden trout you could catch, oh, I'd be on
Yeah.
that. Like,
Dude, you know
I,
they need to copy RuneScape and have like at the end of a season a cape skin for those
Mhm.
kinds of like side events. Like
oh,
if you
true.
mine X amount of nodes, you get like the ore mining cape skin,
Oh.
or like the fisherman cape skin, or let's say you're the dude
Like
picking
skill
herbs, just
capes.
get like the stoner one. Yeah, skill.
Yeah,
capes.
that's kind of cool. I'd love that. I think, yeah, what I wouldn't want to happen is just like the game becomes. I think there's like a, that's like the PvE casual side, which people really enjoy too. So it could be really fun for a lot of those folk that are just like, okay, I want to have PvP, which is like scary and frightening, and I want the dungeon to be dangerous, but I also just want to like go do bosses or learn something new about how to do a mini boss or whatever. There's a lot of people that don't get to experience that part of the game, like trios and whatnot, consistently. So, I mean, the only really time I get to do any bossing is always like recently when we started doing trios. So, those little like things, like side objectives, would be kind of fun. It's just kind of like it kind of takes you out of that like hardcore like dungeon delving like death around every corner. You're literally just fishing for some trout, you know. Like it'd be kind of an interesting different. It'd be a different speed to the game. Like it'd be a different pace for sure.
Yeah,
But
and then you
I-
get jumped by the dude who wants your fishing bait.
Yeah,
in the
true.
dungeon.
Like fishing bait's pretty rare, and like, oh yeah, like, I can just see it. I don't know. There's what's that game? Fuck. You're on a little island, and you're it's a Nintendo game. God, what's it called? Oh God, you're a tanuki. Whatever. What's that animal called? The fuck, what's it called? But there's fishing in that too. And you basically just collect things endlessly.
Oh,
You just collect things.
Crossing?
Animal Crossing, yes. All I did in that game was
Oh.
fish. All I did in that game was try to catch the rare fish, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so addicting. It's so addicting. I have like a little museum with like an aquarium with all my rare fish. Fuck, it's fun. Yeah. Anyway, I could see that. Yeah, sure. Add it. I'm with SDF on this one. I'm enthusiastic about this.
I'm done.
But I'm really struggling to find like an idea that's like different than mining or fishing. Like, do we want wood cutting? You know, we want crafting. I think someone in chat mentioned crafting, which could be cool. Like some sort of crafting skill, maybe.
Alchemy.
Alchemy, I suppose. Yeah. Smithing.
I mean, technically we have alchemy. You just have to get the flowers and then bring them out of raid.
True.
So you could just make it in raid. Something like that.
Oh yeah.
I think there should be like an in-game like smith. Like this is like maybe what people talk a lot about like gem slotting and stuff. They have like a blacksmith in-game, like in the dungeon where you can go and like work on your stuff. This is like a whole different game. Like we're talking like an MMO stuff now. Like this is no longer Dark and Darker PvP. This is like I'm gonna go in, craft my weapons to catch a couple fish. You know, maybe pick some flowers on the way to craft some potions. Like this is different. This is kind of crazy, but I think it'd be fun.
The thing I could see is interesting. If they keep gear score, but they make it so you can actually like, you know, get things in raid, like you can cook meals that give you like crazy healing. You know, they make it so you can, you know, craft whatever that gives you an advantage. Like it kind of lets you like surpass your gear score, like min-max your gear score, because you know the utility that you're using in the dungeon is like the fish you get, then you cook it and it gives you like a buff that makes you stronger or something like that. You know, if they make the raids like, you know, way longer, if there's like a 3-tier, you know, you catch your fish, dude. You catch your fish on ruins.
I'm interested.
You cook them on crypt. Okay, and then you use them in Inferno for the boss, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, wait.
There you go.
It's like, it applies a debuff or something.
Yeah.
Slapping them with this fish. Okay, I see.
Gives you a tummy ache.
maybe it buffs you. I don't know if it debuffs Lich, because you made some fish. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, I think that's pretty much all the topics. We want to go to like a live Q&A thing if there's anybody that has anything.
Yeah, it's been about an hour, so we got like 5 minutes. Keep it around just over an hour. It'd be live Q&A.
1 or 2 spicy ones, guys. 1 or 2 spicy ones.
I'm excited for fishing. I cannot believe that has now been like thrust onto the agenda on my radar. It's crazy. I started fishing again in RuneScape 3 days ago, and then it gets mentioned by like, you know, Iron Mace's devs. Like, yeah, that's something I want to do. This blew my mind. But there's no fucking way.
That you just, you know, you start doing that, you talk about it.
Yeah.
Right, my chat has nothing, bro. I've been live for too long. Everybody's asleep.
Yeah, one says, let me slap someone in the face with a fish. Okay.
This is what Augie said. This is a question for Wilson. It's definitely not a group question. Wilson, do you drink more milk or water in a day?
Well, I mean, milk's like, what, 70% water? So I probably get, like, I do get a lot of whole milk, yeah. I just had some.
Over milk your milk? You know,
there's no such thing. There's no such thing.
You've never
mega
maxed your milk?
Wait, powdered milk into my milk.
Into your milk, yeah. You never done that?
Holy.
Like you can do like the chalky Nesquik or something, but.
Yeah. You get more milk per milk.
I can't say I have. It feels like kind of artificial. Like it's.
What?
We got
fake.
boys.
Oh, okay. No, I like milk with my cereal. I like milk with my waffles. Oh, can we hit this guy? We can. Okay, good.
I tried to flank this dude.
I hit him 4 times.
And I got flanked myself. Oh,
there you go. Nice. This is just what Soapy's used to. Yeah, I've kind of tried to cut back on a lot of the milk, you know. There's a lot of fat in it, so... You can only do so much. For rank rewards, what do you think of having class-specific rewards? So you have reasons to rank up multiple classes. Yeah, this was something like, maybe Repose even talked about this too when it comes to rewards. I think I brought this up to you guys when we played a few nights ago. Like, why do they need to be locked behind like demigod and stuff? Why aren't they just like, you play the game, you get the rewards? So like, Maybe it's like a
Yeah.
level cap system where it's like, okay, if you reach like total level across all your characters of like 250, you get the potions or whatever. If you're at like level 200, you get the campfire, whatever. So it's more like people that just play the game, even if they're only playing normals, can actually participate and get rewards. And then it doesn't feel like there's this huge fear of missing out. This was like, it was pretty cool. Like, Repose was talking about this, not me. So I think it's a great idea, though. It's maybe something they do going forward. Because should there, like, it's tough because like unless the system changes, what's the point of playing HR for Demigod? You know, no one's playing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there should be more cosmetics that are just tied to like, you know, you just play the game and you unlock them like a battle pass. But I think there also does need to be that incentive to play and get demigod.
And like, you know, get better at the game. Like, it's if it's forcing you to be uncomfortable, like going to hell and like HR hell and all that stuff, it's kind of a good thing because you're learning more. It's like the questing when they've been really hard on this whole like, we don't want it to be. Like they don't want to. Maybe they will switch it going forward, where it's like class-specific quests and stuff. But they want you to experience, like, force your kind of go out of your comfort zone with a lot of these quests. So maybe, but Ryan, what do you think of rank rewards? Do they change the whole system? They just like nuke it, or?
Well, I think you're right that if there wasn't a cosmetic skin, no one would really want to push for Demi. Like now, it doesn't hold that much prestige to the average player because everyone just sees it as a grind. Which, to a point, it is a grind. They did make it like much harder to achieve demigod, but for the most part, it's kind of like, you know, this person, they play a lot of the game. But I do like how they handled it. Well, maybe not the timing, but making it so there's quest skins and rank skins.
Yeah.
I think is a good decision.
Very good.
So like, you know, if you're, you know, not having as much time to grind the game and you just want to like do the normal experience, knock out the quest, then boom, you can still get rewarded with the skins. If you want to like really flex and go high roller and get those ranks, you could do that too. But yeah, the timing of it this season wasn't great, but I think if they like start next season with that in mind and just like, you know, laid out both quest and AP reward skins, I think that's a good way to send it.
All right. Holy wait, did we actually like hit our time estimate? Is it like around an hour?
Hour and 7, yep. Just over an hour.
Okay,
it's
that's
pretty
not
good.
bad. That's not bad at all.
There's still a couple good questions coming through chat, but this is a great opportunity to shout out everyone's Discord and community. Like, if you want these questions in the podcast, go to like either Soapy's Discord or Ryan's Discord or whatever, and my community votes on it. So every time I pick a community question, it is voted on by people in my community. So Ryan has his thing, Soapy has his thing. So we're not just gonna like. There's some good questions I'm seeing that I might just throw in for my community question next week. So like maybe we'll try to find a way to get some of those in there again because I don't want to make it too long. Like, and I enjoy having like a little bit of prep where it's like we have communities that will like, oh yeah, let's think about this and see what we want to throw in there. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't ever go to Ryan's Discord. He is a data miner and banned. He's banned from the official for a reason, right?
I am banned.
He's a criminal. He's a criminal.
Banned.
I'm a criminal.
Bad takes. Bad gameplay. You know, I don't know. You know, a crazy, controversial guy. Crazy political takes. Got to be careful around that guy, dude. Got to be careful around that.
I'm a loose cannon, dude. Taking you guys down with me.
All right, GG's, boys.
GG's.
Episode 3 complete. Maybe something spicy for episode 4. Who knows? Who knows? You'll have to tune in and find out. You know what I mean? All right.
We gotta find Steven to put him on as guest. Anyway.
Oh my god. I just hope he's not a raging racist. That's the only.
All right. All right.
You never know.
GG, folks. GG. We'll keep Steven's image intact. You know, he's not. I believe in him. He has a pure heart. All right. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, boys.